Really appreciate you coming out here for this OMIC's, the third annual Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering Conference. My name is Shawn Boike. I'm originally out of Michigan, right by these gentlemen at Goddard and Glenn. And, Goddard's up here, but Glenn's in Cincinnati, Cleveland, Ohio. And so I've been doing aerospace for like 30 plus years, and I found it extremely exciting. I find space more exciting than doing airplanes. I've done 18 airplanes and 5 spaceships, so I'm sure they've done more than that. And anyway, it's a lot of fun. So, originally established in 2008, OMIC has emerged as a major science event organizer globally, which is true. It organizes over 350 conferences across the globe: medical engineering, clinical pharmaceutical physics and material sciences, management, and life sciences, to cover a wide range of topics. OMIC's got a great reputation, more than 500 science events and conferences in a span of 5 years, and organized through the U.S. Initially in OMIC's group, gradually expanding its presence in Europe, Middle East, Asia, Pacific, and South Asia. 99% of the U.S.-based academic institutions have attended one or another of the OMIC's international conferences, and also companies of Fortune 500. So far, have successfully 300 academic research and corporate institutions to form the academic alliances. So, on behalf of the organizing committee, it gives me I want to do this off the cuff, but they pre-can me. Anyway, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome to you the meeting of this conference, and thank you all for coming. Some of you don't come from just down the street. Some of you come, like for instance, Johnny Silva had taken almost 2 days to get here, and so it's not always the easiest trip in the world, especially if you're from other parts of the world. So we really appreciate that you went through the extra effort to share your passion and your knowledge base with the rest of our colleagues and professionals around the world. That's really what it's all about, is to share and learn and reciprocate that knowledge base. So, I originally started this doing the first aerospace one which was in San Antonio 3 years ago, and and also I had published a book through the OMICs. That's how I learned about OMICs, is how easy it is to publish through them. Good morning. And so publishing it and sharing your sciences and getting world recognition is very valuable. And that's where I found OMICs to be very useful and helpful for all of our sciences and different knowledge sharing capabilities. So, this conference has attracted delegates who have come from all over the world. I already said that. The OMIC International wishes to thank all the staff and editorial board organizations who have worked hard to bring this meeting together with long hours and many creative ideas. We'd like to thank the International Association for Hydrogen Energy for collaborating with the Aerospace Mechanical Engineering Conference. And finally, we'd like to thank each and every one of you participants at this conference for your dedication and your commitment to helping us share the knowledge throughout the world. We hope you enjoy this conference, and with new collaborations and research and new initiatives. Now, for those who want to get onto the Wi-Fi, does anyone need Wi-Fi information? Any hands? Wi-Fi? Okay. Okay, I'll give it to you. It's you go into the Meta. I guess the Wi-Fi is called Meta, METATDT 10B.
So I'm actually sorry to cut you off there, because actually we do have the Wi-Fi, and it's different from what I wrote down from you. And if you guys need it, it's in the back here at any time.
Can you read it off?
Sure. It's the network is H_meeting, and actually the code is meet at DT 10B.
So can you say the Wi-Fi one more time
Sure.
slower?
So the network is actually honors_meeting, and then the code is meet at DT10B.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
And that's our AV professional. Her name is Jessica, who's going to be filming all this. And it's going to be recorded onto an SD drive. And from that drive, for everyone that does a presentation, and if you wanted to go back and see other colleagues do their presentation, you'll be able to go onto the OMIC site and be able to download which part of that presentation is. I'll get more information on the details of it later on in this conference, okay? So, now I'm privileged to briefly introduce the honorable guests, each who have come to take seat here at this date, immediately following their introduction. Let's see. You gotta excuse me, I'm not used to these pre-canned speeches. I should be more like a Donald Trump on these things. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So, anyway, hi guys. I know these guys. They're really nice, great professionals, very knowledgeable people. So, I am honored to introduce and invite Dr. James Free of NASA Glenn Research Center out of Cleveland, Ohio, to introduce him and say hello to him. And if you could please just say 1 minute thing about yourself. You can stand and just introduce yourself, please. Sure. Thanks.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name's Jim Free. I'm not a doctor. I will never be smart enough to be a doctor. I'm the director of NASA Glenn Research Center. I've been with the government for 25 years. I am an engineer, always will be an engineer. I don't get to do much of that anymore, but a great honor to be a employee of NASA, and we'll talk a little bit more about what NASA does from my perspective at NASA Glenn. And it's a great honor to be here, so thank you for having me.
Terrific. And I am honored to introduce Dr. Matthew Greenhouse of NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. And good morning.
Hi, I'm Matt Greenhouse. I'm with Goddard Space Flight Center. I'm the project scientist for the Science Instrument Payload on the James Webb Space Telescope.
I love that telescope. Yeah, Northrop's helping on that, right? Fantastic. And we thought the Hubble was sensational. Wait till we see what this thing can produce, you know? It's amazing. And again, I am honored to introduce a fellow colleague of mine and esteemed professional, Professor Dr. Richard Longman of Columbia University, who is not with us today. All right. And then, here's somebody I remember from the past. Okay, I'd like to introduce you. I'm honored to introduce my friend Dr. Shaban Abdullah from the University of Cincinnati. Hello, good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. It's my honor to be here. My name is Shaban Abdullah. I'm professor of Aerospace Engineering, University of Cincinnati. My research interests in the area of propulsion systems, and today I will be talking to you about wind turbines. Thank you.
Thank you very much and good morning. So, one of the things that we found is we have a little technical glitch is if you had sent your presentation ahead of time and it's not updated, if you don't have a USB, the download time on this is quite lengthy. So we have to wait an additional 10 minutes to start up for the next presentation. So if you don't mind, you're welcome to use this 10 minutes for either log on, get some coffee, do a breakfast break, bathroom break. So if you can just give us 10 minutes and we'll get right back to that just shortly after 9 o'clock, like 5 after at the latest. Hopefully it'll all be loaded by then. We had no idea it was going to take 30 minutes to upload today's presentation to start off this morning. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again in 10 minutes, 10 to 15. Thank you. Sorry guys, so take a break. Let's get some coffee.